This moment is eternity, I want you to know. It's question of, are you living in the surface or do you have a profound experience of what's now? What you think is past, what you think is future, or what you think is now, is all one happening. They are not three different happenings. They are not three different dimensions or three different geographical spaces that you can go into and come back. When you use the word travel, it suggests movement, isn't it? I travel from point A to point B. I can't travel from point A to point A, point A to point A, point A to point A. I cannot travel unless I'm making rounds. Simple changes we can make. So, I designed what's called as a one-building cities. We insist on calling them cities. I'm talking about 50 acres of land, you build only 1 acre, 50 floors, and rest 49 acres you just leave it, make it forested, make it water bodies. No waste going out of this land, easily it can be done, people will live much better. Everything can be right there, they can live there, they can work there, children can go to school there, they can shop there. Once a week if you want to go out somewhere, you can go, but daily there is no need to pull out your automobile. Automobile must become a recreation, that once in a way you take it out and freak it on the street, it's fine. But every day everybody is driving and I see nobody is driving joyfully. Not about what you're doing, it is just that you're doing it in an unwavering way. Every day you are off and on, doesn't happen. You just unwavering, you become one-pointed. It doesn't matter what it is. If you want to be a butcher in an unwavering way, it will open up. Just not wavering for a moment, what you have decided in a moment of clarity and joy, just sticking onto it without wavering a little bit, nobody can deny it to you. Every day when your thoughts and emotions fly this way and that way, you keep changing your mind, you will go in circle. Vacation need not be Disneyland. I'm not against it, but one trip is enough, all silly stuff which excites you. Vacation should be into nature. If you can take your children, walk in a jungle, not in a resort. Just live on a mountain, expose them to nature, I will tell you, you will bring up your children not only physically healthy, mentally healthy, far more sensible and accepting and wonderful kind of human beings if they know how to… Because once you go into nature, whose son you are, whose daughter you are, what are you in the city doesn't matter, okay? It's very important that everybody experiences that, otherwise you start creating your own illusions as to who you are and you start believing it for sure. Only death and disease tells people who they are. Most terrible thing about human beings is that they're so busy with their own stuff, they don't feel the pain and suffering and what other life is going through. Not sensitive. Not being sensitive is the most terrible crime, because if we were sensitive, not ego-sensitive, life-sensitive, if we were life-sensitive, everything that we can do, we would anyway do. What we cannot do, what to do? If you are not capable of something better than every other creature, we have no business because we are a bloody expensive life. Yes or no? We are a very expensive life, expensive in every way. To eat, sleep, to walk, how many arrangements we need? Yes or no? From footwear to clothes to buildings to… how many arrangements? I don't see a kitchen anywhere in the forest, but they're all well fed. Now did you see the elephant walking with shoes? Very expensive life. For so much expense, this must do something better than every other creature can do. You can find a place where there are no sounds of machines and your cell phone will not tink-tink. Quietly, if you can listen to the sound of the trees, the breeze, the water, just the natural sounds, if you pay enough attention, tremendous things will happen to you. So if you just sit there and listen and listen and listen and listen, slowly you start noticing there is a pattern and an organization to this, which is far bigger than any human symphonies that you can achieve, far more complex and far more intense. I think it's very important for every human being. Who is not a nomad? One who is mad. One who is mad settles down. One who is not mad moves on and on and on, doesn't settle down anywhere. The moment we stopped being nomadic, we got into a certain kind of madness of safety and security. Whether it's physical, psychological or emotional, we're always looking for that niche where we can settle down and sleep. And once you find a niche and it gets too sweet and comfortable, and you don't have the courage to step out and once again make the journey. So if all you're looking for a picnic is a picnic, then it's okay. So don't go about smelling around, what's wrong with this guy, what's wrong with her, what's wrong with him, what's wrong with her, what's wrong with him. All of them stink a bit. Yes, every tree, every plant, in some way rooted in filth. But the question is only, does it throw out a fragrant blossom? That's all the question is. If the roots are bloody clean, it will not throw out anything wonderful. Are we in the process of transformation? Because this is the nature of life. Are we a continuous process of transformation? Because everything is. Everything else on the planet is in the process of transformation. Are you a process of transformation? Whenever your emotions go up and down, your mind says many things. That's not important. It says one thing today, one thing in the morning, one thing in the evening. It says one thing today and another thing tomorrow. That's of no consequence. In a moment of clarity, when I'm saying joy, because when you're happy, you're not compulsive. When you're very happy and clear, at that time, if you look at things and see that, yes, this is what is more sensible for me, just do that. It doesn't matter if it feels like hell. It doesn't matter. You go through hell for 10 years, it doesn't matter, you just do that, because that's where your well-being is. When you're in different states of compulsiveness, if you make decisions as to which way to turn, you will be endlessly lost. Every time, for different situations that you get into, different states of comfort or discomfort you get into, you develop a new logic. Have you noticed this with yourself? It keeps happening. That's why in a certain moment of clarity and joy, when you're there, you look at something, what you see is your well-being, you stick to that. Tomorrow it looks like horror to you, it doesn't matter, you stick to it. It feels like hell, you stick to it. That's well-being.
If you keep shifting, nothing happens.